Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Airport CEO episode number 3. In the last episode we basically finished our drop-off circuit. There have been some very nice, helpful comments, so I appreciate those. One person advising me that, yeah, there is a vehicle access side, so you can change this, and now they are properly, dropping off on the correct side. So the arrow, whoops, can be flipped. And that is perfect. Now it really does look nicer. And I knew that because I've already seen that in this vehicle access side, but just didn't remember it, and I do appreciate the reminder. Speaking of reminders, we also have a reminder that this is another one of those I would chalk it up to. I mean, obviously it's my fault. I didn't add the people we have back to this flight groups thing. I mean, to the actual R&D projects. I kind of think that the number of people you have freed from the previous project group research should just be auto-assigned. I don't know. It's a minor gripe, but just in particular trying to cover, save face. Oh, it's not my fault that I didn't assign them. It's the game's fault. That's the kind of pitch I'm trying to make here. Now, in this episode, we should be able to get to commercial designer, the commercial stuff. I think there are some hiring things we need to do. Off camera, all I did was spend more money by repairing all our small aircraft stands. And it looks like our runway's in good enough shape. I won't repair that quite yet. But we're down on money. Almost under 100,000, which is not like a great place to be. Still, we're going to get to the commercial flight thing pretty quickly. Mainly, we have to hire a bunch of people. So I think that's what they're going to say next, because we have to get security guards, we have to get, yeah, there it is, passenger service area. Yeah, so we'll just start hiring the people as they recommend them, passenger service agents, and this is the same game as it was before. This again, this distribution, and we know that hiring the slightly cheaper people, although this is 15, this is 13.2 for someone better. I think we'll pick up that 13.2. It was just too good to pass up. And this is like a 5.3 that's pretty far up there, so I'll get that one as well. 14.9, just we're not going to pay 15 for that. That's too little for a 5 even. I mean, I don't plan to pick up people for only $5 anyway. We have some interesting ones that look like they're all about at the average point of where skill and salary should meet. Probably like the true correlation. I'd like to find ones that are a little bit better, so that we have, I should actually keep a few around as benchmarks for what's not a good value. We'll go up to 2 here. I just want somebody else. Okay, not that though. I could probably hire these people. They're in the correct salary skill range for hiring. I think I'll go with, oh my gosh, yeah, another 5. We'll reject that one too. This one is all the way to the bar for 9.4. Okay, we'll hire you. I think we'll hire, 7.1 for definitely lower skill. It's tough. I'll hire you and then that was it. Okay, well then tough luck for the rest of you. Security officers, same business. That's a big cancel, that's a big cancel. Let's pause this for a second. Definitely not gonna pay 24 for that. That's just insane. That's like a 4 sigma. No. 14 for the J and reject, and this one's 13 for much less skill, so that one's a throw out as well. Just wait a little bit longer. So yeah, we can see, I don't know why people are getting dropped off here, but we can see that the taxis are working, the buses are working. Oh, of course they're dropping off people who I just hired. Very cool. 19. I mean, this person's the right skill / yeah, so we can reject. This one is hire, so let's reject you. I think we'll just hire you and train you later. We'll hire you. We're gonna reject you. So let's go security. Just immediately train this person. Yeah, it's so cheap to do this training though. So they're 6.7 for, 2/3. It's not bad. And they're 10.3 for 3/4. Probably shouldn't have spent that precious money. Okay, definitely not gonna spend 27. That's not. We're not gonna do that. But neither of these people strike me as like a good value. And that one wasn't good either. Okay, here are our people. We picked up Andrea Popescu, and I trained her once already. I'm going to train her again. That's just a nice low salary. I do prefer having green for the skills. It's hard for me to like, you just need to be trained until you're green. There, now everyone's greenish. Okay, now we have the ramp agents, so this is another hiring game, but hopefully it's easier. Come on. Okay, this is a great one. 7.8. That's a reject. 13 is probably a reject. Anything too high is also a reject. And let's see who we got now. Reject that one. That one's not good enough either. Okay, now we have good comparisons here. 9.6 for just over. I'll take this one. We need one more, I think. No, that's a little too low. Get you trained once. Salaries we're looking at pretty good. Oh, I mean, look how good it is to hire them when they're cheap. The only problem is the max level is obviously you can't get them as high as you might want. This is a win. You see a 9.6 and then a higher 9.1, so they will be hired. I'll train them once. Sure, why not? Okay, now we actually can go to operations and enable service, which means that we're all done, right? Nope, now we need to go pick out the contracts. So we're done. Yeah, here we go. We'll eventually do that, but okay, so let's go over and pick out the... Now we're actually going to negotiate essentially the contracts with the airlines in order to get them to come to our airfield. The CIA. Who doesn't want to visit CIA? There we go. So we have goose wings, jumper, stripe, whatever. We generally just are going to look at the stars, same kind of thing as before. I don't think there's even any difference for the money. I'm not even sure what it means. 2,500, 6,000. I'm pretty sure everyone is 2,500, 6,000. Yeah, so what does it mean? I guess you can look at the kind of aircraft that they're going to be flying. And if you're like a better person than I am at this game, that might mean something to you. I've never considered this. I mean, I don't have no knowledge of what, where the different planes would lie anyway. But it's possible that maybe the 3 stars are flying better aircraft that don't break down as much. That's just, you know, from the off the cuff here. I have no idea if that's true. So, anyways, let's go with Trinity Aviation. That sounds cool. So we'll sign a contract with them. We don't really need that many contracts in the very beginning, but Havana. I don't like some of the, I mean, you can actually read their little flavor text, and that has actually gotten me to choose or not choose some people. Like, I like Maple Express. So we'll sign with them. Another cool thing is, I don't have any of the DLC for this game, but you can get, like, the vintage aircraft stuff, and I think that would be more interesting for me to choose what kind of vintage aircraft you're flying in. Okay, anyway, we're done with that, so now we gotta open the flight planner, and we can see that on the left, there are no active flights and no offered flights from Maple, but so they're not satisfied with us, probably because we're not accepting any. We don't have any of their flights in yet. Oh, no compatible surface stand was found. That's should change in a moment. Another thing I need to do actually is I need to build queues, and I don't want to make you suffer through this for very long, but I do like my queues like that. That's actually quite a long queue. I don't really need to do this long of queues. Sorry, I think I need to go back one. Oh, good. Did it. Okay, up, down, up, down, up. You have to finish one further than you think in order to get it to stop where you want. Just another kind of interesting GUI thing. Okay, so those are done, and now, more importantly, much more importantly, we need pretty long security queues. I actually haven't seen them get too bad, but I've seen them in real life get very bad, so that's what I'm going to operate based on, expecting that it could get very bad. Ah, see? I messed it up. If you stop where you think, it doesn't actually go where you want. Okay, now that's done, but I do want to beautify this, let's say, a little bit. So let's put some hedges right here. Kind of make it you know, more obvious that you're not supposed to run into that pillar. But that should be good. And it doesn't... Oh god, it's kind of hideous. It's kind of hideous. But anyways, yeah, you don't notice it, but this is right here actually a free walkway. So you can walk up this. There's no reason why you would want to do that. But to get into this, you queue, and you can see that this is where you go in. This is not used. Okay, at least the hedges are going in. That's good to see. And we're almost done, so I mean, I'm close. We're close to actually getting there. Yeah, that's right, flight planner. So we need to actually get some people in. We don't have commercial... Okay, that's right. It's still complaining about the commercial stands. What is your major malfunction? Arrival, runway, not connected. Oh, yeah. Well, that's fine. We can definitely connect that very easily now that we have everything else up and running. Okay, 1's connected, 2's connected, 3 is connected. I missed that last one. There we go. Now we can do this. Okay, good. So we have restricted time. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to make any more aircraft in here today. Auto planner is something we will get to eventually, but not for a long time, actually. So, I don't think we'll be able to pick any flights in the very beginning here, because we need at least 3 hours, and we can't fly at night. So, we go on to Sunday. See if we can see we're at Saturday, and let's go on... Oh, no, we're at Sunday? No, this is Sunday. Okay, so now let's go on to Sunday, and we can plop a flight down, starting bright and early, right at 5 o'clock. We could have 2 leave at the same time. There's no penalty for that. And again, I don't know when takeoff and landing, I don't know what these times are actually recorded. Like, what's the... When it says 5 o'clock landing, I don't know if that means on the runway or at the gate at 5 o'clock. And 8 o'clock, same kind of thing. I don't know if this means take off at 8 or leave the gate at 8. But anyway, I'm going to space them out by 10 minutes, which will give them a little bit of time for them to, you know, get out of each other's way. So do that one. And sometimes I do 15 minutes. It doesn't really, I don't know. I haven't really noticed that that matters too much. Okay, so Maple has at least 2 flights they say, but 2 flights is actually 2 of this. It means I confirm today, and it'll probably be going on Monday as well. Yeah. So then Tuesday it'll disappear because that was a 2-flight series. So although it says 2, well now it says 0, but it said 2 because they're offering 2 of the same flight. It's just a recurring flight for 2 days. Has to be the same time. Well, we're all set. We're actually just completely ready to go. We just wait until tomorrow, and that's when our first commercial aircraft will be landing, which will be very exciting. I don't know if I should pause in the meantime or not. Time might tick about a little bit too slow. Oh yeah, I mean, we have some things we need to do anyway. So while it's ticking around, let's put down some seating. So I think I had an idea about how to do this, but... Two. It's lost on me. I don't think we need anything more than just 1 in the gate right now. I don't know why we had to buy 4 security officers when we only operate 3 security checkpoints. Maybe they wanted me to do 4. Actually, it's not that big of a deal. We could have put 1 more in and made that staff only. But these queues are... I probably should redo them and shrink them. We're not going to have that many people at first. We actually want more than we're going to have. Okay, so more flights are actually coming in, which means we can make things a little bit more busy, which is great. So we have the means of doing it. So that should be 0, 10, 20, and this is 30. Great. We're not allocating that at night. And now, this is the real thing. This is what the auto planner is talking about. How close together should you space flights at the same gate? And my rule of thumb is an hour and 10 minutes. So this one takes off at 8, 9, 9:10. So we start our next ones at 9:10. This will definitely give you, I think this is way more than enough time. You can see it starts at 30 minutes, but I think that a lot of people might recommend moving that up to 45 minutes. Again, we're not going to have a problem fulfilling all the flights. We only get, I think, 25 flights a day. And we won't satisfy that until we unlock night research. Did I, for crying out loud? I don't think that I enabled my research. Did I do that already? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So then that one's just about done, too. That's good timing. Got a little nervous there. Okay, there it's done. Hooray. So now I can actually go and pick up night flights. I wonder if we can get some even tonight. Okay, remote stand service. Probably don't need that one yet. For construction, what do we got? Terminal floors, stairs, escalators. That's not a big deal. I think we're going to want... So what's this one? Extended subway. Cabin cleaning, de-icing. That's interesting. Also allows the medium ATC. And there, handle 75 flights. So we're only allowed, I think, 25 or 30 flights. I forget what. Let's do the Jet A1 fuel, though. That one's a good one. And then, again, I have to remember to actually allocate my people. That is easy to forget. Alright, let's also go over and see if we can squeeze in any flights. Yeah, no. I mean, we can, but just not tonight. We can tomorrow morning. That is so cool. So we're at 5 here, so let's make this one take off at 3:50. And it works. Perfect. So we're going to have people coming in pretty quickly here. And no other flights offered. We can actually pick up more contracts too, and we might want to pick up at least one more. Because I see that we're not quite full yet. I don't know why I have added there. Flavor text just gives me this off vibe. Penguin sounds good. Trinity Aviation started a subsidiary. Okay. Well, we're already working with Trinity Aviation, so let's work with their subsidiary as well. That kind of makes sense. Establish good business partnership. And now you give me some flights. Okay, you did not give me flights yet, but I'm sure that's going to change any moment now. Yeah, you can actually make it so that one stand is for only one particular airlines, which makes a lot of sense to people like us, well, like me, casual passengers at terminals, which I see Southwest is always operating the same terminals. So that's the way it looks to me. Let's refresh. Okay, we got some flights. See if we can get them in. We're behind the 3-hour mark. Yeah, we're too close to that then. Okay, so we'll just start plopping these off. Over here, 9:20. And again, with the nighttime flights, we'll end up filling up more per day than we can actually do. We'll be looking for somebody for the 9:40, but that's fine. So that's done. So with the system I'm putting in place right now, with an hour between flights, hour and 10 between flights, and four spots, we should, wow, we're actually making good money, 140,000. How did that happen? We've been spending money like crazy. Make sure to keep that aircraft in good shape. And let's make sure we're working only at speed 3 at this point. Okay, we actually have people waiting for their first, this is going to be our first flight. How exciting. And it is coming up at, oh, it's landing right now. TA-79. It's delayed. Oh, no, there it is. So it says delayed. I don't know why. So this is again, what? It's supposed to land at 050 and it landed at 055, or it's supposed to be at the gate. I think it's land by 055. Yeah, okay, it's a 2 minutes late. That's not bad. It's at the gate. Wow, 15 minutes. Just the time. It's funny because it's just time dilation is, the scaling of time is just incorrect compared to the rate of travel of the aircraft. Obviously, this kind of small airport would not take, what was it, like 15 minutes for that aircraft to get to the gate. That's just the way it's set up. And actually, we do have one minor thing that is not good. We don't have any way for these to be connected. So let's do that, and then let's also build that. Okay, good. So we'll connect up our route here. And then preferably, what I'd like to do is get the rest of these down as well, as soon as we have the money to do it. And hey, this is going to make a lot of money for us. We should actually be paying attention to all this money. So I don't know why the passengers were sitting over there, but apparently their gate is all the way over here. And here goes the contractors right on cue. I didn't know that they were so impervious to all the, what I would perceive as hazards of running onto an active Tarmac. Oh, I said tarmac. Oh yeah, 2,500. Well, that's great. And then we still get the 500 for takeoff and landing, I think. 500, I mean 2,500. We're making money now. 500. Okay, good. So that's great. Bring us in more commercial flights, and there they are. Keep on doing it. 940 this time. Confirm. Get this one going as well. So that one takes off at 12:10, so we can do 13:20. And I don't know, again, this is another one of those things I should emphasize is not like extremely like efficient or something like that. I don't know what the exact policy is. There's probably a meta. I don't know what it is. I'm just following my gut on this that says this is okay. I used to do 15 minutes, but then you get everything kind of skewed off by 15 minutes, and I gotta say, doing everything in 10-minute spacing is just cleaner for like planning things. It's just an easier number to work with. I know that's silly, it really is, but it's helpful for me, so that's the reason why I do it. Okay, wow, and at some point, this is another one of those quote-unquote Tortuga plateaus. We're just gonna sit around and make money for a while. The next step for us will be A1. Is it called? We're researching it, right? Okay, Jet A1 fuel has already been done. Yeah, it probably popped up and I didn't notice it. Emergency response units, that's kind of a fun one to do. Okay, good. Now it wants us to turn around 5 more commercial flights. That's fine, we'll do that. Let's get back here. And medium fuel depots, that's actually really nice too. Let's do that because I want to, maybe I could just buy the bigger depot for the A1 gas. Speaking of gas, our general aviation is still getting refueled, which is, yeah, it's good to see. And the budget will suddenly dip hugely when this thing needs to get refilled. It's like 50,000 or something like that. Oh yeah, 2,500 for both of those. And there they go. How are they doing on time? This is supposed to leave at 8, and it is 8:15. So again, I don't know what they call that, on time or not. 5:10 and this, I mean 8:10, so this one seems like it's more on time. But we have a rating, and I didn't showcase this at all, but okay, this is our general aviation rating. We're at a 92%. Things are pretty good. Here's our commercial aircraft one. It is low right now, that's partly because we haven't done anything. We just started. So I think that you started at 50% and then you have to work your average up from 50%. It's not like the first flight. If they had an 80% experience, you get immediately an 80. Ooh, new email, 1 million bonus awarded. Okay, well that is going to be the money we need to do a lot of different things. That's great. I get this, I think I've gotten it almost every time, but I had another friend who did not get this in their playthrough, at least as far as they could remember. So I'm not really sure what the conditions are for getting awarded this 1 million whatever. You've been selected by the Department of Infrastructure and Transportation as the winner of the Aviation Transportation Award. It is our belief that your airport will be of greatest importance to San Jose. Oh yeah, that's where we are. And we have therefore transferred an amount of 1 million to your accounts receivable. I before E, except after C. It's a typo. We hope that the awarded funds will come to good use. Yeah, they will definitely be put to good use. But what are we gonna do? What kind of use? I think we can probably add some fun knickknacks now. There's probably some runway upgrades. Yeah, okay, so we can put some poppy lights in. I don't want to convert that to anything else, but we can put these little lights on that's supposed to let you know if your glide angle is correct or not or whatever. And I don't know, is it okay to put them here? I say, whoops. I say yes, that they're okay to go there. Looks fine to me. And are you doing okay? We'll repair you just because we've come into such a large amount of money. And with the other money, what we definitely want to do is go over to the aircraft stands. We want to plop down a bunch more of these. Now that we know that we have the money for it. And there it is, perfect. The crowd goes wild. It's perfectly planned. So with those down, we can now also extend our our service road to actually connect up. And luckily we planned everything so nicely. And we can also, with that money, make our taxiway a little bit better. So we can use a circuit now. Oops. Alright, I think we'll still stick with 3, just for now. And then, did I get that right? We need this. Okay. So I don't need that. And then we'll eventually, we'll incorporate the dotted lines as soon as we get this one going. Although part of me tells me just go ahead and make it 5 wide now that we have the money. And eventually another runway and all kinds of fun stuff. How's research going? Darn it, Tortuga! Come on. It does seem like it's something that doesn't need to be done. Like, it'd be nice to just assign people to research, and then even if you're over maybe get like a warning, a little yellow icon over here. If you have too many people assigned and only like 4 can do research, but you have 6 people, put a little yellow notification up here, and then we'll minus 2 people off. But then just keep the research people fixed. Don't delete them from the research capability every time. Just my 2 cents on it. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal if you just don't forget, but I keep forgetting. Alright, anyway, we're going to want to delete, delete, and delete. Put some doors in here. I don't know if I've talked about it yet, but the music in this game is very interesting. I find it, you know, how do I say it? It's kind of like 80s elevator music, but it feels very appropriate for an airport. The thing that I would say is you probably will want to turn it off after a couple of hours, but I've actually left it on the entire time I've played. I have not turned it off. I guess that's not true. When I was actually playing this while watching videos on the second channel, on the second monitor, yeah, when that happened, I was, I didn't hear the music at least. I don't know if I turned it off. Okay, now they want us to actually get the R&D emergency response and all that. What we can do though is at least set up an emergency hangar, and this is why I had this over here. And we want the 2 spaces. We can't go any. Yeah, so we'll build this right here and build taxiway up to it. Eventually that'll get some dotted lines too. In fact, this is done, so now we can connect that pathway up, and that's going to mean that we don't have to get too, you can see the congestion, right? This is why you don't want this happening. And looks like he's going to make it all the way through, no problem. But this is better, you know, so that they can more quickly transport themselves over through the queue. Don't make them back up and then get stuck with people pulling out or, you know, waiting to go in. And we'll do that as well. Alright, so now we can actually finish these, because I blew that. Gotta finish it. And we also probably need to be working on getting more of these things. Yeah, see, I didn't assign enough. Let's just go until... Okay, we'll start at 21 again. And I'll just start grabbing anybody. 2110. This will be 20. Alright, we'll get to this in a little bit, don't you worry. 30. Great, so we're still on Sunday. Okay, great. Let's go over to Monday now. Ah, look at that. Our flights are actually all there. I'm not sure can we squeeze one in? So this is 10. So we would want 20. But this is leaving at 10. So if we want, we'd have to do a 10. Okay, I'm fine with it. We'll just do only an hour spacing. I'm actually completely confident that that's going to be okay. I don't have any qualms about doing that. But I just tend to avoid it because you don't need to pack them that tight. Again, with our 25 cap, I think it's 25. Yeah, here, flight capacity, 22 out of 25. You can see we can only add 3 more flights. We can obviously add more than 3 flights in this area. Like one here for sure. And, you know, if we can fit any... I mean, we might have messed this up. Let's actually just see. There's no there's no other flights we can move around, so we actually cannot experiment. But, you know, we're at 22 out of 25. We can easily get up to 24 out of 25. I don't know if one will fit in that area between the 1300s and the 2100 flights. If any can. I mean, we can do the math, right? This is a 1620, and this is a 21. So subtract 3 from 21, you get 18. 16, 20. Yeah, we have enough time to do it. We'd have to do like 40 minutes between instead of an hour, so that's pretty tight. But that means we could get 5 more flights right here. And that is another thing to be careful about. I don't have a very good system for all of this because, I don't know, I never had to develop one. And eventually you'll do the auto flight planner. Basically you just take your hands off the keyboard, you don't worry about that anymore. But the scheduling of flights it can be important if you want to min-max a little bit. So the flight spacing we have here is not very good. Because we can get to 25, or we could put 5 in here. I mean, put 4 more in here. So that's 28. We can get to 28, but if we want to we can tighten everything up and maybe get a few more. Again, that does require the medium flight tower, so it's not a big deal, but... Whew. Okay, that's a lot of talking. Staff, what are we doing? Oh, we don't have a janitor. Okay, I do want to hire one janitor to clean up all the messes that our people might be making. Look at this guy, 5.1 for somebody who's like almost all the way up versus a 5 for somebody who's almost all the way down. That's pretty crazy. In fact, this is a 6.3, but we'll just hire this person. That's really all we're going to need. And then let's get all, and then let's look for the janitor. This person's super cheap too. They're making, there they are. Just spend $254 to train them up to that, and now they're a very good janitor. I don't know what the skill for the different positions, what it means, if it really matters. I don't really know. But anyway. Okay, so we need next the boarding desks and all that. But so I should be kind of already talking about closing up this episode. So we're about to finish medium fuel depots, so that's definitely one thing. So that's what I'll do. I think what I'll do is I'll run time a little bit. What do we want to pick up? Advanced runway lighting. This is just kind of it doesn't really offer that much. So let me get this going while I'm doing something. So that I'm doing something in the off-camera time. And we'll just pause the video here. And oh my gosh, we haven't watched the circuit. Look at these parking lots. They're all full. Which means we actually should be getting more, you know, down here. More parking lots. They're not completely full though, so we'll do that in the beginning of next episode too. Okay, so stay tuned. The next thing which is going to happen is we will get all this operational, take a look at this, build some more parking structures, and then the next step is going to be getting the refueling going for our commercial flights, which is also going to be a good moneymaker. But in the meantime, I will just let things run so that we can make a little bit more oh my gosh, we don't need to. I forgot, we got 1 million. Alright, in that case, until the next episode, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.